to have fun while learning. My name is David Livingstone.
Welcome to our world. I'm Esther Honora. As always, we promise you an interesting time.
But first, let's have a break.
COVID-19 is a deadly disease that if you touch a person who has the virus, you might get infected with the virus.
I will be more intentional concerning my hygiene.
To keep germs and viruses away, wash your hands regularly with soap and water for 20 seconds or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer
Before meals and after meals. After the bathroom.
Keep your hands clean. Avoid touching your face.
For now, you cannot play with your friends. It is called social distancing.
Your toys should be cleaned regularly.
When outside your house, wear a face mask.
Stay safe.
Nice to have you back. March 7th was the International Children's Day of Broadcasting. Let's see how the day was celebrated by TV stations.
My name is Betty Ume, a student of Bankers Private School. Welcome to the special broadcast to commemorate the International Children's Day of Broadcasting 2021 on Kakaki, the African Voice.
This is the third day of our annual tradition, where AIT joins broadcasters around the world to allow children to take over programming. I am Jason Atairo, a student of Leila Blossom School, Life Camp Abuja.
The emergence of COVID-19 pandemic caught the world unprepared, forcing nearly all institutions of socialization and platforms that promote human physical interactions in more than 180 countries across the world to shut down. Education has been seriously affected, particularly 1.53 billion learners out of school at a 2021 dropout are most likely to increase as a result of mass disruption of education access.
Furthermore, the lockdown has increased the level of children learning school of living due to poverty, especially those in government schools. On the program today, we are joined by Supreme Ononobi, students of Saros Home Education Center, Nathan Igono, and what we call Chiamaka, students of African Community School. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Before we proceed, here is a poem by Zara Paul Obameso.
My name is Zara Paul Obameso, and I am here to present a poem called Schooling in COVID-19. I used to go to school a lot, Mondays to Fridays as an early riser, but when it came like a thief in the night, it stole our freedom and caged us like donkeys with restrictions. We lived our lives not socializing in a social world. When it came, we wore our masks covered from head to toe. We stopped schooling in a world where education is considered important. As playful beings, we were locked up from east to west, not allowed to shake hands, hug, or even come in contact. When will sunlight come back to this class so that we can gather with our friends?
Welcome back. If you have just joined us, this is Kakaki's special segment for the International Children's Day of Broadcasting. As mentioned before the break, we are discussing the impact of the COVID-19 on education. Nathan, what emotions does the poem project for you?
The poem projects a negative tone because what children could do before COVID-19 was around, children can't do the same now COVID-19 is around.
The poem projects disappointment because before COVID-19 you could go to school without your face mask, you could eat together with your friends, but now all of that has been restricted, making us to have social distancing and not able to interact with our friends.
Okay, the poem projects sadness because before the COVID-19 we used to play, go out and eat with our friends and all that. But now in the COVID-19 we're not allowed to do that anymore due to the COVID-19.
Chiamaka, What opportunities did the pandemic bring?
It actually created more time with family. For some parents who have a very busy schedule, they could actually be together with their family and spend more time. On the other side, it actually made the earth to heal because some industries were shut down and most greenhouse gases that were released when it was working, they are no longer being released because they had to work under their capacity.
Supreme, in Zara's poem, she talked about the idea of children being a playful being, but not allowed to interact physically for so long. How do you think this can affect our mental health as children?
I think it can affect our mental health as children because when we go out and play with our friends, running around and playing anyhow, running around is also exercise. And now that we're caged up, now that COVID-19 has caged us up at home, we're not allowed to run with our friends and get exercise and strength.
Yeah, I have something to add to that. Children can't just be locked up at home from morning to night doing Zoom meeting. There's a saying, all work and no play makes Jack a dull child.
Okay. Thank you, Nitana Supreme. Chiamaka, most government schools had to introduce a one-day on, one-day off system for public school students, while some close schools fully. What, in your opinion, can government do to ensure that public school students are not left behind?
I feel like the one-day on, one-day off system should be extended, even classes too. While the short-term plan is for the students to ensure that they're going through with the community guidelines of the pandemic. Also, the long-term plan is for the government to provide phones to children in rural areas so that they can meet up with their peers in urban areas. Because I believe that every child, both rural and urban, deserves the best.
Thank you.
We still keep our 2-meter social distancing. Our break time has now become lone time. We are getting used to wearing masks, being at risk of further infections if we don't receive a vaccine soon. However, as children, we must invent new ways to learn, play, and socialize. It has been an exciting time speaking to our guests today on the impact of COVID-19 on our education.
That's all we have today. Special thanks to AIT Direct Communications for giving us the opportunity to air our views.
This program has been brought to you in collaboration with Playback Nigeria. We would love to have your children join us at the upcoming Children's Theatre Festival and any of our acting classes.
You can follow us on any of our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Playback Nigeria, or call 090-72808091.
The program continues tomorrow with a look at learning disabilities and other mental health challenges children face. Join us. My name is Betty Ume.
And I am Jason Tahiru. It's been a pleasure to host you. Remember to be spontaneous. Over to you.
Kudos to AIT. Let's conclude on the character traits that children need to develop.
Hello, I am Adeshwa Lashende and I'm here to talk about assertiveness. This involves being bold, confident and speaking up when necessary but still remaining respectful. Being assertive fosters insight, wisdom, patience, tolerance, confidence and acceptance according to Lisa, Scab and Otto. Being assertive is the necessary building block to mature and peaceful relationships between all human beings.
Hello friends, my name is Tuaninu Oludemi. The character trait I'll be talking about is resilience. Life can be hard even for kids. When children learn to be resilient, you're better able to deal with traumas and difficulties they will surely face. Parents should help the children put their problems in perspective so they can learn. Most problems are not as big or insurmountable as they may first seem.
My name is Mitchell Livingstone. I am confident. one of the character traits a child should have. Allowing children to fail at times, overcoming obstacles on their own, will build up their confidence for future endeavors. Remember, they won't always have you parents to help them out, and will need to believe that they can face challenges on their own. There's a lot to learn in life that goes far beyond academics. Many of these lessons must first come from parents in the home. Be sure your children learn these important life lessons so that they will be well-rounded, successful, and happy adults. Our world continues after this break. Stay with us.
Friends from Tender Babies School spent a day with a senior advocate of Nigeria. Let's join them.
Our guest is a legal luminary, a senior advocate of Nigeria, SAN. You will meet him in 60 seconds after the break. My name is Doreen Danladi.
Hello, I'm Abike Dabiri Erewa. You're watching one of the foremost television programs in Nigeria, Our World. Do watch Our World on this channel at this time every week.
Welcome back. Today we'll be spending the day with Mr. Babatunde Ogala. He is also the National Legal Advisor to APC. Welcome to Our World, sir.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be with you.
Briefly tell us a bit more about yourself.
You've already told the world that I am a lawyer and a senior advocate of Nigeria,
yes,
though I am no longer the legal advisor of the APC. I ceased to be the legal advisor in June last year. I do a little bit of politics. I was a member of the Lagos State House of Assembly. I was a legal advisor of the Guardian at some point. And ever since I've been in continuous legal practice and still in legal practice. Of course, I am married to another lawyer who is a judge. And I have 3 children, 2 of whom are also lawyers.
What was growing up like, sir?
Growing up was in an environment where they were strict with us, very high discipline, where they inculcated very strong values into us, where we were taught to be contented. We were taught not to be greedy. We were taught, in fact, to be very respectful. We were also taught to be hardworking children. We were taught to aspire to be great in life and to make success of life. And above all, we were always reminded that a good name is better than any other thing.
How would you describe yourself? A politician or a lawyer?
I am a lawyer in politics. Why do I say that? Yes, I do politics, but I was first a lawyer, and I joined politics as a lawyer. I'm not a professional politician. I'm a lawyer who is participating in politics.
Why did you decide to be a lawyer?
That decision to be a lawyer was one that came naturally. And I must confess, I did not go out to say I want to be a lawyer. Because my father was not, neither was my mother. Unlike my children that are almost all are lawyers. But it's just a natural thing. As a primary school student, I was in the debating quiz society. In secondary school, I was very involved. I was also good in literature, in English language, and those other courses. And I must say, I was also very argumentative. I was very argumentative. I always agitated. I resisted. So when it was time for me to take the exams, to go to the university in the late 70s, naturally, it just fell on me that whatever I was going to do was going to be courses that was going to put me in a position to do the talking. And only two courses appealed to me at that time. If it was not law, it was mass communication.
Sir, people say liars are liars. What is your take?
There is no take that I have on that, other than to correct those who say so that they don't mislead people like you. The question is, what is the law practice? Somebody who goes before a court, that is even for the lawyers who go to court, to state the case of his clients before a court of law. No lawyer for facts. Law is about applying the law to the facts. So a lawyer can only apply the law to the facts that have been provided by the person he is representing. A lawyer does not need to be a liar. But like you know, when it is not favorable to one person, then somebody has told a lie.
Have you ever represented a common man?
I will tell you that to even be a senior advocate, part of the prescription is that you must prove that you have done some cases pro bono. And what are cases that are pro bono? Cases that are pro bono are cases where you don't even charge, where you represent people, especially common man, for free. So it is not true that I do cases involving the airlines. I've done so many, what we call public interest litigation. And I will give you examples. About 3 or 4 years ago, there were some cases involving some ladies that were harassed by the police and environmental task force in Lagos. I represented and won the cases for them. As I speak now, I am doing some cases against the federal government of Nigeria on behalf of some persons who had downtrodden. As I speak, maybe you would have read of a case that involved a lady that was said to have killed her husband and had been languishing in prison, that they showed on national television. I am representing her for free. So God's time, I do all cases.
What will you want to be remembered for?
I will want to be remembered as a man who stood for honor and integrity. I want to be remembered as one who stood on the path of truth at all times. And I want to be remembered as a true Nigerian patriot.
Tell us more about your favorite things like food, music, and colors.
Favorite food? Surprisingly, it's ewa going. If you know what ewa going is a special kind of beans that is made by people from Togo and is very popular in Lagos. It was very popular when we were growing up and it's still very popular with me. So ewa going is my favorite. My favorite colors: black, white. Black, maybe because of my profession. White because it represents purity. I love football. I am passionate about football. I can watch football from morning till night. I can watch football in any street corner. I can watch anybody playing football. And I'm the chairman and I run a football club that plays in the Nigerian National Division 2 Nationwide League. I love African music, indigenous music, all shades of it. From what we call Agidigbo to the likes of Dan Maraya to Fela. I just love music. I love good music, but preferably African music.
With your work schedule, how do you relax, sir?
How do I relax? I relax by reading. Reading is a way of relaxation for me. I can read anything. I listen to news. I watch football. I go to my favorite clubs, the Ikoyi Club, the golf club. So I hang out with my friends in the clubs.
Before we go, your advice to us, sir?
My advice to you, as children, is to say, to achieve success in life, the journey starts now. Be hardworking, pay attention in class, be punctual, take yourself very seriously. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Take yourselves very seriously. Listen to your teacher's advice. Obey and respect your parents and elders. Respect your mates. Don't be arrogant. Be willing to learn. You can learn, and learn. No education is wasted. Listen to parental advice. Listen to your teacher's advice and respect your elders and your contemporaries. And above all, no matter how good you are, don't be arrogant.
Thank you for spending your day with us. We enjoyed every minute. I hope you equally had a great time with us.
I must tell you, I've had a very great time.
Thanks for joining us. Our world continues shortly. Don't touch the remote control. A true lover of children indeed. Up next, stay in focus. My name is Mitchell Livingston and today's state in focus is Ogun State. Located in the southwest Nigeria, Ogun State was created in 1976 and has Abeokuta as its capital. Ogun State is bordered by Lagos to the south, Oyo and Osun states to the north, Ondo to the east, and the Republic of Benin to the west. The state's appellation is Gateway to Nigeria and named after Ogun River. Ogun State has 20 local government areas. Tourist sites in Ogun include the Olumorok, Kemta Adire Market, Lishadi Forest, the Alake Palace, amongst many others. The governor of Ogun State is His Excellency Dapo Abiodun. One of its popular yearly festivals is the Ojude-Oba Festival, an event that brings indigenes from home and abroad together. The traditional foods are Egberikpu, Ikokore, and many more. Agriculture is the economic mainstay. The state produces rice, maize, cassava, yam, bananas, kola nuts, rubber, palm oil, tobacco, cotton, and timber. The popular children include Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, Chief Ernest Shonekon, Afrobeat King Fela, Chief Fumilayo Ransom Kuti, Bishop Ajayi Crowther, Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka, actor Olu Jacobs, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the Banj, Adewale Ayuba, National Population Commissioner, Yeye Seyi Aderunku, Chief Ebenezer Obe, T.Y. Bello, Bukky Wright, among so many others. Ogun State is a must-visit state. Our work continues after this break. Stay with us.
This program is designed to focus on the activities of children.
Do the right thing. After all, you're the adult.
Everywhere in market, you see toothpaste fluoride. Even my mom buys toothpaste fluoride. How friendly is it to other parts of our body? All too soon, it's time to say goodbye.
Thanks for being a part of today's show.
We hope you enjoyed and learned from it.
My name is David Livingstone.
My name is Esther Honora.
Until same time next week.
Bye for now.